Yo, what he's saying. So, a big problem that I have with movements like NoFap and just movements in general, even self-improvement, the movement of self-improvement, is people let it dictate their entire life. They let it dictate everything they do. And it's like if a certain behavior or something they do doesn't align with this new person that they've become because they're now on this movement, they feel like shit. They feel like they've relapsed, and then they feel horrible about themselves. And it basically just takes over their entire life. It takes over their entire being of being on this movement, of being on NoFap. And it's quite not the best situation to be in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree with all these movements, and I especially don't agree with NoFap as a movement, because NoFap as a movement is basically saying that, okay, you're on this movement where we don't jack off, and if you do, then you relapse, and it's, you know, it's horrible, you feel like shit, and you reset your entire progress. And it's like, that's not how it fucking works, firstly. How you should look at NoFap is not, I'm on this movement, I'm doing this thing, where, you know, I'm day 90. No, there's no, day count doesn't exist, mate. It doesn't exist. The whole point is that you stop doing the thing. And then, because God, the fact I even have to, the fact that you have a day count is, you're making it like your entire fucking life by having a day count. You do realize that? You're making it your entire life. You could just be the guy. Who do you think is going to actually succeed with porn? The guy who says, "Oh, I'm on NoFap. Oh yeah, day 92, guys." Or do you think it's going to be the guy who's just like, "No, I just don't jack off, mate. Just don't do it." Because the first guy, he's literally, he knows how many days he's gone since he last fapped. That's a problem. And I've seen this on like the NoFap fucking subreddit as well, right? I mean, that subreddit's fucking horrible, but they make this shit like, they celebrate, oh my god, I'm on day 100, oh my god, what? It's like, bro, I'm on like day, I don't fucking know what, I don't know what day I'm on, but I don't care. The whole point of it was that I stopped. The whole point was that I quit, I don't go back to it, and I've done that successfully. I don't think to my, oh my god, I'm on day, oh, it's time to celebrate, boys. No. That's going to make you relapse. Relapse only exists if you're on the movement. It only exists if you're on this thing. I can't relapse because I don't identify with any of these things. I can't say that I'm going to relapse on NoFap because I don't identify as someone who's on NoFap. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't say I'm on NoFap, so I can't relapse on NoFap. If I fapped, it would just be like, oh, okay, well, that's something I don't really do because you know, I hold myself to high standards. I'm not a fucking degenerate. But I did it, okay, whatever. Move on with your life. Could be the same for drinking alcohol. Oh, I drink alcohol. You know, I don't have a bit of a degenerate behaviour, but it is what it is. I'll just move on with my life. I could do that thing. And I could go the next day not doing it, and the next day. I could go forever not doing it ever again, because I don't see it as a relapse. I just see it as something which doesn't really align with my identity. And it's like, whatever, just move on from it, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit's going to happen. Like, it's inevitably, shit's going to happen which doesn't align with you being on self-improvement, on NoFap, or being high value, you know what I'm saying? So you've just got to accept that. Stop identifying with these movements, because you're letting them dictate your behavior. And you're also saying that you can only stop doing bad behavior or only do good behavior if you're on a movement. Do you think a fucking man would say, oh, yeah, I have to be on this movement to do this? No, he just does that anyway because he knows that it's good for him. Or he knows for porn it's bad for him. So he just lives his life knowing those things, like, oh yeah, no, I meditate because meditation's beneficial for me. Why would I not do it? I don't watch porn because porn's fucking terrible for me. Why would I watch it? Waste of time. That's what you got to think like. You can't be thinking like, oh, I'm on this movement, guys. No, stop. That's what's holding you back. You're being held back by these movements. Stop identifying with these movements, these fucking cult-like followings. Think for yourself. Be your own person. Just a quick one, boys. Little rant. Just gets frustrating, you know, see all these guys on these movements, like, so heavily identifying with this stuff. And it's like, great, you want to improve, that's fantastic. You're ahead of a lot of people in that aspect, and I'm proud of you. But at the same time, you cannot identify your entire being with these movements. You have to be your own person. And to be on a movement of not jacking off, the fact that we have to have a movement to not touch our fucking meat and watch pixels on a screen and ejaculate to them, the fact that that's a movement is quite... I mean, listen, it's great at first when you're first trying to come off this stuff, but in the long term, you don't need these movements, man. You just need to be your own person. So, just a quick one. But yeah. If you're interested, boys, I've got coaching down below. But that's pretty much it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value from it. Till the next one, hope you boys stay focused.